So one that's been really powerful as we've built out our culture at Mindbloom is No Rules Rules, which is the Netflix culture book. And it's awesome. It lays out how Netflix builds this culture of freedom and responsibility and emphasizes the importance of candid feedback, the radical candor framework of challenge directly, care personally. And then also that once you have that in place, it makes it really easy to remove policies and procedures because you have this self-governing organization. And when you can remove policies and procedures and allow people to do what they think is best for the company, and everybody has the experience of bureaucracy holding up making progress on a project or getting your driver's license or whatever it might be. So at Mindbloom, we've really, really resisted developing policies and procedures and emphasizing this culture of candor. I think it's helped us all to be really comfortable providing and receiving constructive feedback, which is so important to growing and building an organization and letting people just really thrive without too many restrictions and controls.
Yeah, it's huge. I always find, just one comment on no rules, rules. So I got that correct. I had to look at my notes and make sure I got that right.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah, exactly. But just the one comment I was going to make on that is I have never met anyone at a hyper fast growing company, so you can think of like a startup, that doesn't think they have an incredibly high bar for hiring. So this kind of commonality is everyone's like, we hire the best talent. But what's fascinating to me is if you then follow that through and see how they treat candidates once they join, the vast majority of people say they hire the best people, then they come in and they babysit them and they micromanage them. And it's always felt like a profound disconnect to me.
Totally.
If you're hiring the best people, shouldn't you have an environment that allows them to thrive? So I love that books like that are being written. That's changing.
Netflix uses the concept of, I think it's called the informed captain. And so on any given project, the informed captain is the person who's ultimately making the decision. So it's not the person's manager, who almost certainly doesn't have as much context about the project that their direct report has been pouring all of their time and energy into. And so if you truly believe, as you said, that you're hiring the best people, you should free them to make decisions, understanding that they have the most applicable information. And so it's like context over control as well. So, and Dylan's great at that, at constantly distributing how he's thinking about things and what our top priorities are throughout the organization. Then we cascade those down to our respective departments. And that's actually not even true. Like cascading is a concept that like we are very transparent at making things visible to the whole organization so that we can prevent like the need for cascading, which you never want to play telephone. I think Elon Musk there was I think it was a Business Insider pointed out that he had a letter to his department where he said, anyone who controls the flow of communication should find somewhere else to work, more or less. And like the best path for communication is the shortest path. So if you need to tell someone, don't tell their boss, tell them directly.
Absolutely agree.
So we really try to embody a lot of those principles of transparency and autonomy at Mindbloom.